Hi, thank you so much for tuning in to Sidewalks Entertainment. I'm your host, Lori Rosales. So today's guest you've seen in Gone Girl, State of the Union, I Care a Lot, Saltburn, and you've also seen her in the series The Wheel of Time. Rosamund Pike will be joining us right here on Sidewalks Entertainment, so do not change that channel. You don't want to miss out because you're watching Sidewalks Entertainment. I'd like to welcome BAFTA Award, Emmy Award, and Golden Globe Award winning actress Rosamund Pike to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi Rosamund, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, lovely to talk to you this morning.
So you are Moiraine Damodred in the high fantasy series The Wheel of Time on Prime Video, based on the book series of the same name written by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson. Your character Moiraine is a member of the Aes Sedai, which is a group of women that wield magic powers. What do you enjoy most about working on this series and playing your character Moiraine?
Robert Jordan's fantasy series is yes, it's high fantasy, as you mentioned. You know, it's a journey from a small village in a sleepy hillside town where 5 young people embark on an epic adventure where they learn that they have things to offer on a kind of global scale that they never imagined growing up in this tiny, remote, cut-off little place called the Two Rivers. And my character, as a member of the Aes Sedai, is the guide, the stranger who comes into this world and takes them out to fulfill their destiny. And I think it's the way the world has opened up over our 3 seasons, the different cultures that Robert Jordan has written about, the way that we're starting to learn that this world that has seemed historical is actually in the future. And the Wheel of Time takes place after the breaking of our world, as though the continents have been broken up and the world has boiled, the seas have boiled, the mountains have disintegrated, and the continents have reassembled. So cultures are distinct, but ethnically the world is even more mixed than we have. And these are the cultures we meet in the Wheel of Time, which are distinct and incredible and, you know, complex with mythologies and laws and, you know, and in season 3 we go into the Aiel Waste, which is a culture of desert-dwelling warriors, where my character finds herself. And they have very strange customs. They're a very secretive people, which our lead heroes have to learn to navigate and gain their trust. And it's worlds like that that Robert Jordan creates that I just find so inspiring. And yet, you know, in the midst of it, it's the human story that we're being told. It's the things that are relatable. It's fear, it's love, it's friendship, it's family, it's home, it's all the stuff that we know and feel as humans. That's why the book series works, and I think that's why our series works.
So the sets and the special effects are beautiful. They're very visually striking. Where has the series been filmed, and what were some interesting special effects and props that were used during the filming of the series?
We have such a creative team behind the Wheel of Time. We have set designers who are, you know, working round the clock to create, you know, cities that actually exist. You know, there are some set extensions with visual effects, but a lot of our sets are fully built, fully realized. The Two Rivers, that place where it all began, is in a quarry in Prague. And it exists, you know, the forge, the blacksmith's forge. You can go there and sharpen knives, and, you know, build a fire and smelt iron, and you know, the weaver's shop. You can dye fabric, and, you know, it's a playground of creativity. This season we went to South Africa, where we filmed both in the dunes outside Cape Town and also right up on the border with Namibia, where the desert changes color, and we had an astonishing backdrop, which is spiritual as well. And the Wheel of Time is a very spiritual offering. And I think when you're in a place that's so forbidding and challenging to work in, the temperatures were 49 degrees centigrade. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, maybe 111 plus. You know, it was dangerously hot, but we strove to battle through it and get the footage we needed. But you know, to experience that, you know, definitely lends a texture to the screen that an audience will feel. Props wise, you know, we have a full-on armory department. If you're in Prague in our workshop, you see the leather makers making armor. You see the iron workers making swords and daggers. You know, I've got a beautiful belt with a sword, a dagger encasing shape, you know, made like an eagle, and a beautiful carved dagger that goes into it. And this season I also have the sakanen, which is a sa'angreal, a mythological, powerful object that can enhance a woman's power. And it was a beautiful globe of crystal, which definitely had an energy. And then that's enhanced by VFX on the screen, but the object itself had a power. And, you know, that's why we're so lucky to work with these, you know, really impressive, beautiful props.
Okay, so one last question before we wrap, and this is kind of a fan question for your fans. When you're off set and you're off work, what are your hobbies in your free time?
Well, I dream of having more free time. I actually just like taking in the world around me. I like going for walks through London with no particular place to go. Here in New York, I like to walk 100 blocks from sort of, you know, down through from Harlem down to Soho. I like to just observe. I think one spends so long when you're acting, giving out, that after an intense period of work, which I've just made 3 films back to back, you need to replenish. You know, I took myself to the Tate Gallery in London 2 days ago just to take in stuff, to creatively kind of recharge. And I play my cello. That's my other.
Oh, she plays cello. I love that. I love it. Well, it really was so lovely. It really was such an honor to speak with you today. Thank you so much.
That's so nice. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Everyone, be sure to watch Rosamund Pike in the fantasy series, The Wheel of Time, on Prime Video. Rosamund, you take care.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.